Hello. I'm just gonna start out by apologizing. I'm using my phone, so I'm like really close and we may have some motion. And I can say that I'm just practicing the fast motion that we learned in the chapter. Um, so first I want to start out talking about the special effects and how much they have changed in the movies we watched today. My first example of this actually is kind of pretty spot on because we were just talking about this like in my household last week. So with St. Patrick's Day being over spring break, we decided to let our middle kids watch watch a movie that traumatized me when I was their age. And I mean traumatized. Like nightmares, just terrified. And that is The Leprechaun. Now I can hardly even say with a straight face that I was traumatized by The Leprechaun, but I was. So I was like, let's let them watch it. So we're watching The Leprechaun, which was made in like 98 or something. And my kids are like, Mom, this is cheesy. And I'm like, no way. Like, he's so scary. Like, look at that little guy. And then as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at how far movies have come. Like, the special effects in that movie were slim to none. I'm talking, like something happens in blood and it's literally like, you can tell it's like being squeezed out of a pack squirty. I mean, compared to today's movies, like it is so more advanced. Now, I don't typically watch scary movies. I don't like horror or gore, but I will say when I was looking up topics about special effects and how they've changed, a lot of them were shown, in those movies, and for example, now like if a limb is cut off, it doesn't look like blood's just being squirted from a pouch. Like it looks like it's really, flying from where that limb was. Another example of where special effects has really changed is even like action and adventure movies. I mean, when the cars are ramping and off the roads and landing, like it looks like what it would really look like. It doesn't look like something's landing and a fan's blowing dust I just feel like it's come such a long way. And one of the things that I believe has helped that is something we did learn about in our chapter with the cameras and the 360 cameras and how they're mounted and they move. And so like when the cars are driving in these action movies, there are cars beside them with cameras that are turning and rotating in every angle. I also was watching a behind the scenes of Bad Boys with Will Smith, and he's actually wearing one of the 360 cameras, like strapped to his chest. Like it's huge. It's in his face. I mean, like, I don't know how he like acted like that, like with it right there in his space, but it was right there and he's wearing it. And as he's moving, the camera's moving and it's shifting from him to what he's seeing. And like, we didn't have that kind of stuff in movies just 20 years ago. It wasn't like that. So it has come such a long way. And now when you sit and watch these action movies like Bad Boys, I mean, you feel like you're in it. Like you are right there waiting to find out what's coming around the corner. And I like that. I mean, like that is why I watch a movie, like the suspense, the what's going to happen next. So I will say these two chapters did teach me, again, gave more insight. I've kind of used it to look into and kind of see some things on my own, like the behind the scenes of Will Smith making that movie. And it is just crazy. Like the actors do so much more than we give them credit for too in movies like this. So happy learning. Maybe I'm going to try next week to not be on my phone so I'm not so shaky, but I apologize and I hope everyone has a good week.